Most people associate manifesting with material achievements, things like money, success, relationships, overcoming challenges. But that's like going to school and thinking you could just manifest straight A's just by focusing on getting an A. That's not how it works. When it comes to manifesting, scientifically, it's hard to prove whether or not manifesting is actually real. But there is one statistic that may offer a clue, which is the placebo effect. Studies show that in some cases, the placebo effect can work about 50% of the time, meaning 50% of the people who take a sugar pill instead of the actual medication experience the same benefit as those who took the real thing. And this means that belief alone can be just as powerful as the actual medication. Now, let's bring that back to manifestation. Because at the ground level, manifesting is often treated as something that you put on your vision board or something that you say with affirmation and you wait for the thing to happen, right? It's the idea that you put your desires out into the universe and then they just somehow magically show up. And that's essentially what that documentary, The Secret, was about, and why it's gotten so much criticism over the years, because it gives the impression that if you just think about something and you focus on it, something like, I don't know, a Lamborghini, that it'll eventually appear in your driveway, that you'll attract it into your life. The problem is most people associate manifesting with material achievements or with blessings, right? Things like money, success, relationships, overcoming challenges. But that's kind of like going to school and thinking you could just manifest straight A's just by focusing on getting an A, right? And we all know that that's not how it works. Your grades don't come from just thinking about them. Your grades come from how you show up in class, how you show up with your homework, if you're disciplined or not, if you're maintaining your physical and mental health, right? And the same thing is true for manifesting a house or a dream job or a soulmate or really any other life experience. People don't always like hearing this because it means that on some level, in addition to visioning it, you have to also do the work. You have to show up. You can't just sit on your couch and just expect things to fall in your lap, right? You have to grow and expand beyond your current limitations, your current status quo. And that's definitely not easy. And it's sometimes lonely. And you're not going to get a lot of recognition for the effort that you put in. But this is the real prerequisite for manifesting the life that you say you want. And if you're not showing up in an intentional and in a high quality way, if you're not putting in the effort, then you're not an active participant in that manifesting process. You're essentially just daydreaming. And if you're not getting the outcomes that you've wanted, it's not because the universe is punishing you or ignoring your affirmations. You might be spending 30 minutes a day focusing on the thing that you say you want, but what about the other 15, 16, 17 hours, right? If you're spending the rest of your day thinking and saying and doing things that are out of alignment with that vision, then you're manifesting more of what you don't want. So let's say that you want a fulfilling, loving relationship and you write about it in your journal and you list out all of the qualities that you're looking for in your future partner and you visualize it and you feel it. But then you spend the rest of your day thinking about how disappointing people are and how a lot of times relationships never work out and how no one has met your standards, right? Guess what? You're actually manifesting more disappointment. So your thoughts, your words, your actions, your intentions on a day-to-day, moment-to-moment basis are very much like a garden hose. You can use that garden hose to water the flowers, or you can use it to water the weeds. Because where your attention goes, your energy flows, right? What you focus on is what grows. So the real question isn't, how do I start manifesting? Because the reality is you never stop manifesting. The life you have right now is a byproduct of every thought, every word, every action that you've ever taken up until this point. And I'm not just talking about material things. I'm talking about how you feel about yourself in relation to your life, right? That's the real measure of whether or not you've manifested the life that you want. Are you fulfilled right now as you're watching this? Or do you believe that you still need some other experience or some other person in your life in order to be fulfilled? You can be fulfilled living in a cave. You can be fulfilled driving a bus. You can be fulfilled with a very modest, simple life. And conversely, you can have all the money in the world and still feel empty inside. You can have a private jet, you could have a chauffeur, you could have an Olympic sized swimming pool in your backyard, and you still may not feel like enough. So, manifesting isn't about accumulating things, it's about feeling fulfilled inside. And the good news is that as long as you're thinking, which you obviously are, then you have opportunities every single moment, every single day to upgrade your relationship with yourself. That's the real work of manifesting. So it's not really about attracting a soulmate. It's more about becoming whole within yourself so that when you do meet someone, you're not needy. You're the best version of yourself, right? You're not looking for them to complete you or to be the source of your happiness. Because the truth is, nobody wants to be in a relationship where they feel responsible for your happiness, especially not people who are spiritually mature, the divine masculine and the divine feminine that we all say we want. Those people are emotionally and spiritually more stable, and they want to share in your happiness. They want you to share in their happiness, but they can't make you happy because that's not their job. And so this applies to every kind of relationship, romantic relationships, work, family, friendships. The way you manifest positive, fulfilling relationships is by becoming fulfilled within yourself. So when people say, I've been manifesting, but nothing is happening, it's not that manifesting isn't working. It's just that there's still more work to do. There's still more learning and more growing and more refining. And the good news is that it's happening anyway. The only difference is now you may be more aware of it, which means you can be more intentional about where you're placing your attention. Is it on showing up fully to the moment and doing the work, or is your attention on the outcome, what you can get from the situation? Because manifesting is not like Santa Claus, where you write down on your wish list and you go to bed and you wake up with the thing that you wanted under the tree. Manifesting is more like Ikea furniture, where you're very much involved in the process and you have some instructions and you have the parts and you have to put it all together. There's no mystical force that's going to drop a fully assembled dream life into your lap, right? You have to build it piece by piece, step by step. So, what do you think? Does this match your experience? Leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts. And otherwise, I will see you next week for the next spiritual perspective.